What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the first main event review of 2026. Happy New Year to you all. Hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas and New Year break. We're back again with the regular main event reviews on a weekly basis as normal, and it's myself, Daniel, going through all the events that happen across main event and also Raw as well. And I guess before we probably start, few probably major updates that happened over the break that we probably didn't wrap up was Carmelo Hayes winning the US Championship. It looks as though he's going to continue on the legacy of the US Open Challenge, which is great. I am happy with the booking. I think Carmelo Hayes is a very good in-ring performer, and I think he's deserved an opportunity to get the mid-card belt, and it looks really good on him, to be honest. And as for Dragunov, I think he did a really good job elevating the title, being a fighting champion, and showing the respects there. But I just think that Carmelo Hayes is someone that has been, I think, engaging with the fans a lot more. I do prefer him as a heel, but he's been doing a decent job as a babyface in terms of like getting the crowd on his side. So can't hate it. Let's see what happens with him going forward, because it's going to be interesting there. And we also had Tommaso Ciampa leaving the WWE. His contract expired, and he chose not to renew it, which is quite interesting as well. He obviously was with Johnny Gargano in DIY, and we had Hayes' first title defense against Johnny Gargano without Tommaso Ciampa being anywhere. So that was a surprising announcement from him. So yeah, we won't be seeing Tommaso Ciampa in WWE anymore. So I guess Johnny Gargano is going to be fighting solo. That's going to be interesting because I haven't seen him be a solo wrestler. It could be something good, but yeah, they might move him towards going for that US title, having a feud with Carmelo Hayes, but we'll have to wait and see. But I think those were the main two pieces of news that happened within the break. So we'll go straight into the main event review. It'll be a quick one today. I don't think there's too much to go through, but essentially we had the first match with Alex Shelley taking on Angel from Los Garzas, and I can't remember the last time I've heard from Los Garzas, to be honest. I'm not even sure if they've been on AAA, to be honest, but they do their best work there. They haven't got any screen time in months. I think probably like 3-4 months. So it was interesting to see them here. Angel certainly didn't get the victory. It was Alex Shelley who did get the victory here, demonstrating his singles ability. So just to put people on notice that Alex Shelley is truly a single star and can perform in ring on his own. But again, I think nothing special here. I think just to show that the Los Garzas are back, get them back on sort of TV or at least on live crowds in WWE, while just potentially continuing to push the Machine Guns, who I think are not really doing much. So whether they move on to Raw and take on the Usos, that would be fun. We'll get to that, by the way. Or else there isn't really much for them on SmackDown at the moment when it comes to going for the tag team titles. As I've mentioned on several occasions, we have the Wyatt Six and the MFTs battling out for those titles. So I don't see anyone else in the tag team division going for them. We had a really good tag team SmackDown division run last year before SummerSlam. Was really good. It went on for like almost a year, which was awesome. But now it hasn't been the same since because we have those two feuds going on. So I think moves to Raw could be good. I know that there's a lot of pickups but based on each roster. Matt Cardona returned. This is not a main event. And then more news. Trick Williams has potentially signed on. Obafemi has been teased to sign on. He might just go to Raw. We are seeing new acquisitions, but we're not really seeing transfers, as they say now, because I think the draft is gone. So transfers. We'll have to see. We'll see whether that happens, but I think it's much needed because they're not really doing much. If they're getting singles matches on main event, it means there's not really much on them for SmackDown. That's the hard reality. So, yeah, we'll keep it at that. But basically, Alex Shelley does get the victory, which was awesome. Good for him. And the match went for about 5 minutes as well. Just a standard main event time. Nothing crazy there. We then move on to Raw, where we have the Vision enter the ring. Basically, they all come in. Paul Heyman came into the ring basically saying that the rumors were true and that Austin Theory is the newest member of the Vision. And that's where Austin Theory took the mic, basically saying that he waited his entire life for this moment. He said that he's worked his entire career. He's claimed that he had a lot of things that he wants to talk about. He mentioned Bron Breakker will be the next World Heavyweight Champion. He mentioned that the goals of the division, or Heyman mentioned this, that the goals of the division will outweigh individual needs. And then CM Punk comes out of nowhere. So Austin Theory didn't really get much talking time here until Punk made his entrance and basically said that looks like Theory is drinking gallons of Kool-Aid. He said that he's here for Bron Breakker. He said that he's been called a lot of things in his career and said that his match against Bron Breakker is set for the 5th of January. He also talked about how they could all attack him, but maybe there's no title match. He also said he likes to look a man in the eyes before he puts him to sleep. So he basically insinuated and told the guys to get out of the ring because he wanted a face-to-face with Bron Breakker and time with him. Asked Little Doggy if he was scared. Brian invited Punk into the ring, and then that's when the Vision left. So Punk being smart there, clearing the Vision away just to have that time with Bron Breakker. And that's where the promos came back again once more. And before I get on with the promo, it's great to see Bron Breakker going head-to-head on the mic with someone like CM Punk, who is has a reputation for being one of the best superstars on the microphone. So this has been really good for Bron Breakker's, I think, career. And yeah, CM Punk's doing a great job to put him over. Bron Breakker's also doing well to get himself more over than he ever was. And you kind of feel that he might potentially win the World Heavyweight Championship, but again, we won't know until Raw, which is coming up soon. But basically, Bron talked about how the Vision sees things while mentioning his teammates. Bron said he's going to be the next World Heavyweight Champion. He said he's tired of people saying that he's the future because Bron thinks he is in the now. He also believes that, he said that Punk believes Bron is just a shiny new toy, and then they'll move on to the next thing. But Bron told Punk to find someone who can do what Bron does. He said he got into the business with less than a year of experience and took over. He dared Punk to find someone born into the industry and find someone that is more of a dog than him. He also said that Punk thinks that everything has been handed to him, but everything has been under a microscope because he had to do things at the highest possible level. Bron also said that while Punk was doing the indies, Bron was sharing the field with Lamar Jackson, so they aren't on the same level. Referring to his running back career days at the Baltimore Ravens for that reference. Bron also said that he's willing to die for the championship and said that he'll put Punk in the ground, beat Punk, and become the new World Heavyweight Champion. So a very strong promo once again from Bron Breakker. Something that we need. We're just getting more about Bron Breakker each day as he gets on the microphone, and I love to see it. And that's when Punk said that Bron is more than ready than anyone he's ever seen, but he said that the problem is that Punk is not ready to lose the championship, essentially. So basically, he said that Bron's got what he takes, but they are not the same because one of them is CM Punk. He said that someone is going to beat him for this, but it's not going to be Bron Breakker, and basically said that he'll see him January 5th. So very strong back-to-back promos from each. We obviously expect a good response from CM Punk, but again, Bron Breakker continues to amaze. Now, who's going to win this one? I am leaning towards Bron Breakker, but I don't really know. I think there might be something that goes off here because it will be the main event. It is a 1-year anniversary special of since Netflix took over Raw, and it's also a Stranger Things themed episode as well. So a lot can happen here, but we'll have to see how that goes. But we then move on to the Women's World Championship Triple Threat match between Stephanie Vaquer, Nikki Bella, and Raquel Rodriguez. Stephanie Vaquer did get the victory here, and basically the way the match finished was that Vaquer hit a double underhook into the knees. Raquel broke up the pin, then tried for a power move, and then Vaquer got into an inside cradle for Raquel, kicked out at 2. Then Raquel was back up with a clothesline. Nikki got back into the match, tried the crucifix spin on Raquel, and then Vaquer sent Nikki into the top turnbuckle. Then Vaquer picked up both opponents. Raquel picked up both opponents, tried the Tahana Bomb on Nikki. Vaquer then sent Raquel out the ring and covered Nikki for the pin. So it was a quite sneaky victory. The match went for about 17 minutes. It was a really good match, and I got to say, Raquel Rodriguez is continuing to impress me. She's just been really good in the ring, just showing her power and her strength and her ability to go at it with the big stars. And maybe one day she could be a singles champion, who knows? But Vaquer thoroughly deserves it. I'm not really sure what's going to happen next, who's going to take Stephanie Vaquer on, because at the moment it just seems like a grey area there. Like no one looks close to beating her. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe there might be a return, might be a Royal Rumble winner that potentially versus Vaquer. But I don't see her defending her title for a while, unless something pops up on Raw, of course. We then had the second match of main event, which was Joaquin Wilde taking on Bravo Americano. A very good high-flying encounter. Obviously, Tyler Bate is the man behind the mask, so he's obviously very acrobatic in the ring. And yeah, it was a display of two high-flying athletes. A very great match. But we did have Bravo getting the victory here because, again, what are Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro doing, to be honest? NWO don't really seem to do much, if I'm honest. So it made sense for Bravo Americano to get the victory, especially because he's going to be taking on Dragon Lee, AJ Styles, and Javon Evans, I'm pretty sure. So that match will be exciting. I don't know if it's tomorrow on Raw, if it's next week. We'll have to wait and see. But again, some good momentum for them. The Americanos are doing decent stuff, but I think it's carried hard by El Grande Americano, who continues to do a lot of good things on AAA, but not really too much on the main roster. But I'd love to see, if Chad Gable returns, the Battle of the Americanos. If that does happen, I think that would be really cool. But again, I still sort of feel bad for Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate because they have to go into these character modes when I'm 100% sure they don't really want to. But at the end of the day, I guess they're getting some heat, if that makes sense, and some momentum and some victories, which they weren't really getting before. And then we finish up with the main event of Raw, which was the Usos taking on Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. Now, this was a massive match. This match was really, really good, I have to say. Super entertaining. So many near falls, which was super surprising. Especially the Styles clash that Jey Uso survived. And then we had the double stomp. We had the phenomenal forearm, which was countered by the super kick. And basically the 1D on Dragon Lee, which was great as well, which actually ended up resulting in the victory, was the 1D that was on Dragon Lee, who I think made the most sense that the person was him that obviously took the fall, because I don't see Jey Uso or AJ Styles taking the fall there. But it was crazy how we had that near fall from there. We also had the I think it was the stomp and the splash that AJ Styles also kicked out on, which was really good as well. So, I mean, the near falls were awesome. I think the near falls carried this match. It went for about 19 minutes, and we had new tag team champions in the Usos, which have won it for the 9th time, which is a record as well. And yeah, they give it straight back to the Usos. Great victory. But I'm a bit suspicious as to how long Jey Uso realistically is keen on becoming a tag team champion or being in a tag team, because before the match we did see backstage that he wasn't looking too excited to go into battle, and although they did win the championship, it doesn't feel as though that it's going to be something long term. I feel like there is a ploy here, there is something going on, and we'll wait till it becomes revealed. I don't know if Jey Uso is going to be turning heel, turning on his brother, or is he just going to change his persona? But just look out for it. Don't be surprised that this is going to be a very short-term move, because I think Jey Uso, we haven't addressed the fact that Jey Uso has been very frustrated how he cracked he lost to LA Knight and he got really angry. Countless losses last year, had a really bad run. There's got to be some sort of payoff from this, or something that has to give, because you can't just have all that happen and then Jey Uso decides, I'm just going to become part of the tag team division, and just forget that none of that happened. Now, I know the reason why he's going there is because he's apparently not cut out for it, but I think there is more to it, especially with a character that's so over, that's done so many things. I don't see that being the final result, him just becoming a tag team star. So, yeah, keep on tabs for that. But again, this has been your main event review, the first of 2026. Keen to obviously bring out some for the rest of the year. So I'll be back with you next week with another main event review. I am in Spain at the moment, so the time zones are a little bit different. But we'll try to continue to bring out the same schedule as I have previously, which is the Tuesday morning release for you guys there, or Monday morning, I believe. But anyway, it's been your boy Daniel. You listen to another episode of The Huddle. Thank you very much, and I will catch you guys next week. Cheers.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app. so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.